Hi, we're going to talk about a calendar. I know a lot of people, they do everything on their phone. You can do it on your phone, but you can also, I suggest you have a backup paper calendar. And I just think that that's a clever thing to do. And you're going to need something like this. I always say get a month view. You could print a month view off on your calendar. And you should always have decided when you're going to work for the next 6 weeks. And so when you go to get your hair done, you know, they don't, they run off day calendar, but they also run off when they got time to do things. And so let's say in February, it doesn't matter what month it is, just say the month. These are the days you're going to put a pink stripe, and those are and you can write in the times that are going to work for you. So let's say this is 11, this is going to be at 7, this is going to be at 5, this is going to be at 2. You can do something at 2 and 2 and at 4. And so when I say we're going to get together for your next appointment, one of the reasons that I like a month view is because people think in month views. If you just do day views, people can't process that. Okay, and so they're going to get their phone out and they're going to look at the calendar and they're going to say, okay, I could come, and I just say these are the people, and I always write in with pencil. This pencil isn't sharp, so I can't write in with it. But let's say I have this one filled, so I've got a name in here, 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 and these people are coming, or I'm going to them. I will write that down in my book. So I say wherever there's not something written, I can still hold you in one of those times. And they'll take a look at it and they'll go, I don't know if my friends can come. I want to have a group of friends because I want to get $75 worth of free product. And I say, you know what? None of your friends are all going to be able to come on the same day regardless of how often we try and pick the perfect date. So let's just take a look what's good for your schedule. And you can go ahead and pick one of those dates. If I have a preferred date, I say, oh, if you pick the 18th, you actually get an extra gift because that's a bonus day for me. And they don't need to know what that means. Just extra gifts, all they want to hear. Let's say they couldn't fit into the schedule this month. Okay, so we're here. We're on this day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they can pick something till the end of the next month. And these are the dates. And then you're just filling in names. You're always writing in pencil. Why? Because things come up. And then you can just erase something. Let's say you're having a group that are coming to your house and you have somebody, so the gal that you saw on this day decided that she wanted to come back for an appointment, but she's not going to bring any friends. I say, you know what, I got a group that's coming here on Saturday the 10th. I can fit you in with them. Or I say, you know what, I've got time. And just because they see all these spots, I don't necessarily. I say, you know what, I have got time available that I can put you right here. So she can come and end up coming with a group, actually. Or she could come right before the group. I mean, she can come 15, 20 minutes before the group. And she can have her quick facial and then, or her color update, and then she can go, and you've kind of done two things at once. Or she could come right about the end of this group. And she could come, or she can come when that group's coming. Let's say at this time you're doing all the gals who didn't want to bring girlfriends. They can all come at 2 on this. Once a month you have a time that all the people that didn't want to bring girlfriends over for a second appointment could come. So you can use your schedule, but I suggest you make pink boxes when you can do it. You have to pre-decide. So you need to get a calendar, figure out with your family what's going down, and get it posted on the fridge. You can find a weekly plan sheet on the Mary Kay website. Print one of those off. Mary Kay gets pink. Maybe your kids get blue. Maybe family things get a different color. Church gets a yellow. You pick out and you color code everything, and then you put it on your fridge. And so everybody knows that when you go to your other job, chances are that your kids don't say, but Mom, you're going to have to come home from the hospital and drive me to my ball game at 3. No, if you got an appointment at 3, how was that going to get handled if you had to be at the work you were at? So you got to treat Mary Kay with the same respect you treat a job. So once you pink in these times, these are times that you are going to be available. and you pre-decide that. You take a look, make sure you get your family events in. I'm really big on you plan your life around them, and then you find your times that you can work your Mary Kay. And you know what? You'll find more times as you realize how successful you can be. So if each one of these blocks was $100, so that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That'd be an extra $1,000 by maybe working 30 minutes on each of these blocks. Maybe an hour on each of these blocks. Maybe you're only going to have 3 blocks and they're going to only be gatherings of people. So instead of $100, because they're individual times, maybe these are going to be $800 times because there's going to be groups, and that's about, you know, your average sales you'll figure out. And then in between all this, you're just going to be, when you're at your girlfriend's house for coffee here, you're going to take a little bag of Mary Kay and you're going to say, I'm so excited about this. I want to see. I'm practicing. I need your face. Let's just go through, and I want to try the skincare and I want to try this color on you because I got to get good at it. And so you're going to do her. Well, guess what? She's going to buy something. Then you're going to be here for family dinner, and there's 4 people there. Well, you need to practice satin hands with them. I mean, take your stuff. Always be practicing. And when you're at work, I mean, do you need to go and sit and listen to the same old story in the coffee room, or can you take some of the gals to the bathroom and say, come here, I need to practice this. It's going to be great. You're going to love it. It's going to be lots of fun. And, you know, you can insert all these little extra times, and they are like 15-minute little time inserts, and you're picking off $500 extra just because you picked in a few times to be clever about when you do your business. I was clever about when I did my business. I had kids. I had a job that was taking 80 hours a week. I was traveling a ton. I figured out, and I was driving to that job in my part-time, pathetic part-time performance on my part in my Mary Kay vehicle. It didn't take me long to figure out, if I put my mind to it, what could happen. So I was just inserting things all over the place and doing stuff. I didn't have great big, you know, blocks of time set up. I had my blocks, and then I just did all these little quick things in between, and all these little quick things are what built my business. So I just wanted to show you about a calendar. You always have to have 6 weeks out. If you book more than 6 weeks away, forget it. It's canceling. It's not holding. I actually think that you need to book everybody at about the 14 to 21 days, because after that, it's never going to cancel. You're going to be using the eraser all the time. Oh, that didn't work out. That didn't work out. You want to get them in on their, about the time they're done their 3rd week checkup is about the time you need to be seeing them again, because it's sort of a process and they're in it then. And otherwise, you know, it just drifts off. So I like to know, and I like to plan, and I like to get everything planned out with my family. And just like when I was nursing, you know, I had those shifts. I was showing up, and if things came up, it wasn't, well, do I want to do this or do I want to do that? I'd already committed this time to work my business, so I didn't change my mind. And if something doesn't hold, well, then that just was time that I could get on and do some things that I needed to do, like if I needed to organize a few things or get my Mary Kay box product set up and the bags all ready to give out. So, you know, I just use the time really wisely. It's not like you need tons of time. You just need little pockets of time. And this was clearly, for example, only. Your schedule will be what your schedule is. I can't tell you what your schedule is. I know lots of people that just on Saturday and Sunday, lots of people aren't working, so they pick one of the 2 days and they just, hold 3 times, and they just have people come through in groups, and they do all their business on Saturday, and then they just do their follow-up Mondays or follow-up Wednesdays, and, just insert when they can. It's up to you. You'll make it work for you. I'm not telling you how much time you have to put in. I'm just saying you have to put some time in, and it has to be organized time, and you have to pre-think it. Otherwise, when she says she wants to have a second appointment and you go, okay, let me think. Now, I can't, and I mean, no, I don't, oh no, if I did that, I don't know, I might have to, I can't, I don't know if I can put you in there because I might have a doctor's appointment, and then, oh gee, you know what? She just in her mind has written you off. If my hairdresser did that when I wanted to book my next appointment, I would find a new hairdresser. I want to know. When are you going to be there, Ricardo? Great, let's pick this time. Ricardo's there when he says he's going to be there. Same thing with this. It's a business. If you can't figure out when you're going to book, how in the world are you ever going to figure out how to put, when you get somebody in front of you and they're trying to go through their mind and their calendar? Oh, I don't drink. It would make me want to have a drink. Too complicated. Okay, that's about calendry.